Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Happy Mom DIY. Today I'm going to make bread at home. This is a bread machine or a bread maker, home bread maker, and this is from a brand called Hamilton Beach. And I'm going to use this bread machine and make bread at home. So this machine came with this booklet, and this is not the first time I'm making bread in this bread machine though, but still I thought at this point of time I will share how useful it is to me on an everyday basis. Usually if I need bread, I just follow the recipes from this book, and depending upon what dough I like on the day, this has the basic recipes for all these French bread, gluten-free quick bread and sweet bread. And you can also make a dough jam. I use this dough setting to make the pizza dough. You can make jam, cake and whole grain bread, and you can also bake in this. And you can make two sizes of loaves, 1.5 lb and 2 lb loaves. So usually I go for this size because I finish it off, not me, my family finishes it off in a couple of days, and I get nice fresh hot bread out of this bread maker. And so far I've liked it. I've been using for more than a year, so I thought this would be useful to some people who are looking to make bread at home. Maple with 2 lb loaf, so I will be grabbing all the ingredients and I will just go ahead and load it onto the bread machine and set the timer or start the bread machine. I'm adding the wet ingredients first, and the recipe calls for buttermilk. Since I don't have buttermilk, I am using a mixture of yogurt and milk. Adding 3 tablespoons of maple syrup because the recipe says 3 tablespoons. It need not be exact, it can be little bit here and there, that doesn't matter actually. Two tablespoons of oil. I'm using canola oil or any flavorless oil or butter. A teaspoon of salt. Adding in 4.5 cups of flour, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1.5 cups of whole wheat, so totally 4 cups of flour. I'm using this bread machine yeast, 2 teaspoons. I've tried other bread machine yeast, other brands, but it has not worked well for me. Probably if you guys have any other suggestions, please do leave it in the comments box below. So I've added all the ingredients. Now I'm going to just shut it down or close the lid. And the setting is at 1 and 3 hours. In 3 hours I will get a piping hot, nice warm bread. So I'm gonna start it. In between I open the lid and check if all the wet and the dry ingredients are mixed properly, and I will check if the dough is soft enough or for the right consistency. The dough should be a little bit softer than chapati dough to get a perfect moist bread, else the bread will be a bit dense. So once you are comfortable to the water and the flour ratio, you can stick on to that ratio because each flour will absorb different amounts of water. Usually it is not the same amount as the recipe calls for. It will be a teaspoon here and there. Here I felt it was a little bit on the tough side, so I'm adding a teaspoon of milk to make the dough more softer. So the bread maker is done, so it's come to 0. It has been almost 3 hours, and here comes the moment of the food. Dun dun dun. Yes, see, beautiful golden crust, perfect. I didn't have to lift a finger, just put the ingredients and switched it on. So this is how I make my homemade bread. So this is really fresh and nice, no additives or no preservatives. No extra food coloring, nothing. It's clean and it's nice, good smelling bread. I wish you guys were here. You can smell the nice fresh baked aroma. It came out and you can see that's the blade, and that's the hole is from the blade part, but still you can see the insides. It's all nice and cooked. So this is the homemade bread. So this is how it looks. So this is a combo of whole wheat and all-purpose flour. You can make multigrain flour, oatmeal, oat flour, or whatever combination of flours you want you can use and make bread at home. And you can see it has a nice little bit hard crust and it will be soft inside. This is a little bit warm, so I will cut it a little bit later once it is cooled down for 5 to 10 minutes. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, share and hit the like button. The bread has cooled down and my husband was down, so he saw the freshly made bread. He wanted to help me by slicing it down, and it was so funny that he thought he has to slice it along with the plastic wrap. So here, this is how the bread is. The outer crust is going to be hard and inside it is soft and moist. If at all, if by any chance I have leftover bread, I make French toast for the breakfast. After tasting the French toast made out of this bread, I never go out to buy French toast again. Little bit different recipe because there is a setting called dough setting on this. So I'm going to the dough setting is like 8, so I'm just going to put it on the dough setting, like the cycle number is 8, so I'm going to put in cycle number 8. So it's going to mix and proof in 1.5 hours, and then I'm planning to take out the dough outside and bake it in the oven and finish it off. So this is the end of the dough cycle, and this is after 1.5 hours of dough cycle. It is all soft and proofed. So I'm going to take this out and put it in the bread pan, and it will go inside the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Using this dough setting, I've made pizza dough like for the family movie night and even for my kids' birthday parties where I have invited 10 to 15 kids. And the fresh made pizza, it's like it tastes and smells so good because we put the ingredients, and I would say it is comparable to a high-end restaurant pizza because we can control the ingredients, and depending upon the food allergies and things we can adjust the ingredients. So it is so flexible and versatile, and I love that setting. The bread would be even more softer if the dough proofs in the bread pan for another 20 minutes before going into the oven. But today I skipped this step because I didn't have the patience or the time to do it. So I just let it bake for 30 minutes at a 350 degrees. And here comes the final product. So this is how it looks after 35 to 40 minutes. Actually, like I put it for another 10 minutes because I felt the bread was a little bit underdone. So this is the finished product after 40 minutes. The outside crust is nice and hard, and that is a good sign. When you hit it, if you hear the noise like this, the bread is done. That's the indication of a well done bread. So you can see the color and the sound. So once I started tasting the fresh homemade bread, I don't buy bread from the stores, to be honest, because it smells and tastes better. So the bread is nice and soft inside and nice crust on the outside. So the final end product, when it is baked in the oven, it's comparatively better than the bread machine. So I liked even that is something easier to do. All you have to do is put in the ingredients and just forget about it. And for this you have to take it out and put it in the oven. So if you have time, you can go this route or this route. So both ways it's easier to make bread at home. Nowadays I don't even buy any store-bought bread. So if you like this video, please do like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. And see you in the next video. Bye-bye. So that's my daughter. She immediately wanted to enjoy it with some cream cheese. The taste was so yummy and fresh.